Without a Trace is an American police procedural television drama series that originally aired on CBS from September 26, 2002, to May 19, 2009. The series follows the cases of a missing persons unit of the FBI in New York City. On May 19, 2009, CBS announced the cancellation of the series after the series ran for 7 seasons. Premise: each episode typically followed the search for one individual under tight time constraints. The stories also focused on the personal lives of the team members and illustrated how their experiences gave them insight into cases. The team consisted of Jack Malone, Samantha Spade, Vivian Johnson, Danny Taylor, Martin Fitzgerald, and Elena Delgado, the last of whom joined the cast in the 4th season. The real FBI does investigate missing persons. Specifically, they have the authority to help in any mysterious disappearances of children abducted by non-family members. The groups that investigate these crimes are called card teams. They get involved in other missing persons cases as needed but do not have a dedicated unit. One element that set the series apart from other TV police dramas was the display of information about real-life missing persons at the end of most episodes. This resulted in a kidnapped brother and sister being found on July 25, 2005. At least 5 people have been found as a result of those announcements. Occasionally such information was replaced with other public service announcements, such as an episode about an attempted suicide which presented information on a suicide helpline. Showings outside the United States tend to omit missing persons info. However, Australia's 9 network usually showed Australian cases, and in Hong Kong the TVB Pearl showed information about local missing persons during the first 2 seasons. Without a Trace took place within Jerry Bruckheimer's CSI Crime Scene Investigation universe. A crossover episode featured characters Gil Grissom from CSI and Jack Malone from Without a Trace working together to solve the same case. History: Without a Trace debuted as part of the CBS fall lineup in 2002, created by Hank Steinberg and produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. The show was the first ever to score strong ratings opposite longtime NBC hit medical drama, which, like Without a Trace, is produced by Warner Brothers Television. The first 2 showrunners were Steinberg and Ed Redlish. Between seasons 2 and 3, Redlish moved away from active participation in the series, with staff writers Jan Nash and Greg Walker taking over. In the middle of season 4, Steinberg left to produce the series The 9, while remaining executive producer. The show is the only primetime U.S. drama to feature 2 Australians and a British playing Americans in the regular cast. In 2003, the TNT network acquired syndication rights to the series for $1.4 million per episode. Without a Trace ran on Thursdays at 10 p.m. until September 2006, when it was moved to Sundays at 10 p.m. In the 2007-2008 season it swapped time slots with Shark, returning it to its old time slot on Thursdays. However, this lasted only until the 2008-2009 season, when it moved to Tuesdays at 10 p.m. On May 19, 2009, it was reported that the series would not be returning for an 8th season, the morning before the series finale aired. Main cast season synopsis. Season 1. In the first season, the team is introduced to the viewers. Season 2. As the team continues to track down missing people, Jack and his wife slide towards divorce, while Jack must also care for his father who has Alzheimer's disease. We learn about the team members' life histories, including the fact that Martin was practically raised by his aunt and uncle, and Danny is an orphan whose estranged brother Raphael is a convicted felon. Martin fatally shoots a child sex trafficker, and both he and Vivian must keep quiet in order to keep their jobs. Jack makes a last-ditch attempt to save his marriage by moving to Chicago with his family, giving Vivian a long-awaited promotion to his post. But at the last minute his wife Maria leaves without him, taking their daughters Hannah and Kate with her. Following a campaign by the conservative group the Parents Television Council, CBS was fined a record $3.6 million for indecency for the sixth episode, Our Sons and Daughters, which centered around a teenage orgy. CBS argued that the episode featured an important and socially relevant storyline warning parents to exercise greater supervision of their teenage children. Season 3 Vivian loses her promotion when Jack returns to his job, causing some commotion among the team. She also experiences heart trouble that endangers her life and her career, and undergoes risky surgery. Martin and Samantha begin a secret office romance, and because of disagreements between them on whether or not to reveal it to the rest of the team, it ends badly. Jack undergoes a brutal custody battle with his ex-wife. Danny has to confront his traumatic past, and Raphael. The season ends with a cliffhanger as a hired mercenary opens fire on Martin and Danny's car while they transport a prisoner. Season 4 After barely surviving the gun battle that ended Season 3, Martin must recover from near-fatal gunshot wounds while Danny battles PTSD. Stretched for help, the team gets a new member, Elena Delgado, a former NYPD Vice Squad officer with an aggressive, streetwise attitude. She has a past connection to Danny, the nature of which is unknown until Season 5. Martin develops an addiction to painkillers, and Jack begins a romance with Ann Cassidy, the widow of a former mentor killed in the line of duty. Season 5 Ann miscarries and abruptly ends her relationship with Jack. Danny and Elena begin to date each other, while her ex-husband Carlos Aguilar sues for custody of their daughter Sophie, and later abducts her. More about Samantha's difficult past is revealed, including her strained relationships with her mother Patricia and older sister Emily. Jack is abducted and tortured by a psychotic woman, but initially appears to show few effects. At the end of the season, Carlos is freed, leaving the team worried about Eleanor's safety, and a serial kidnapper appears to be preying on young women. Season 6 Vivian is put in charge of a task force to locate the serial kidnapper, who is part of a sex trafficking ring. Samantha discovers that she is pregnant from a one-night stand with a bartender at the time, Brian Donovan, and by the end of the season, he waives paternal rights because of what Jack digs up on him and Sam confronting him about it, and she gives birth to her son named Finn. Jack begins a pattern of roughing up suspects and intimidating people to make them talk, which appears to be related to PTSD. He also gets into a dangerous situation without backup and is nearly killed, and becomes overly involved in the life of a teenager he saved from the sex traffickers. In the season finale he is demoted and put in mandatory therapy with Dr. Claire Bryson. This season also contained a two-part crossover episode with CSI: Crime Scene Investigation, as Jack and Gil Grissom and their teams track down a serial killer responsible for the disappearance of a boy 6 years ago. Both episodes are included on the DVD collection for CSI's 8th season. Without a Trace completed 12 episodes of Season 6 before the 2007-2008 WGA strike. Because the show's writing staff all joined the strike, there were no more new episodes until the issue was settled. Once the strike ended, the show returned on April 3, 2008, with 6 episodes. Season 7 episodes. Crossover with CSI: Crime Scene Investigation in Where and Why. Gil Grissom comes to New York to help the FBI track down a serial killer after Jack Malone comes to Las Vegas to help the CSIs with a murder victim. In Who and What. U.S. television ratings. Seasonal rankings of Without a Trace on CBS. Note: each U.S. network television season starts in late September and ends in late May, which coincides with the completion of May sweeps. DVD releases. Season releases without a trace. Season 1 has been released on Region 1, Region 2 and Region 4 DVD. Season 2, which was thought to be indefinitely scrapped, was released on March 13, 2007. Seasons 3 and 4 were finally released on Region 1 DVDs in 2012 under the Warner Archive Manufactured on Demand model. Season 5 was released in Region 1 on November 27, 2012. Season 6 was released in Regions 1 and 4 on May 7, 2013. Season 7 was released on April 29, 2014 on Region 1. Seasons 1 to 6 have all been released under Region 2 encoding, while Seasons 1 to 4 have been released under Region 4 encoding.